You mentioned Hawk. How did you get along with him? I know you guys were
Yeah.
you and Animal were good buddies. I think Animal got you into the
Yes,
business.
he did. Yes, he did. Animal was a great person, man. I miss him and that stuff. It's just sad that he was. I just saw him not long ago before that when he died, and he was doing good in that stuff, and also just boom, one day all of a sudden he's gone. Now and it's it hurts inside. It's every day I always think about Joe and that. He was a great guy, and Hawk was a great guy too. Hawk had demons, like a lot of guys. And it was hard for him to control those demons, but Hawk had the heart of just one of the biggest hearts I've ever seen in my life. He would give you the shirt off his back in a second. Hawk would, but if you crossed him, you better watch out because Hawk, he didn't back. He'll come right in your face and he'll do whatever he's got to do. That was Hawk.
Did you ever see Hawk in action in one of his shoots?
What was that?
Did you ever see Hawk like in a shoot situation?
No, I personally never did. I know there's several things, but I never saw him. I know one time we went to Europe and we did for WWF, and Hawk went on a bench for like 3 or 4 days. He got hooked up with some bikers, and he took off for like 3 or 4 days. Didn't show up for the shows, and then finally showed up for one of the shows, and we got to arena. He was out cold. He was sleeping on the goddamn table, out cold, snoring away. That was Hawk. That was him.
Yeah, and now there's no characters like that in wrestling. As bad as that is, like the
Characters
characters are so
characters
much
are
better.
gone. When USA used to come out and say characters welcome, brother, they need to get Hawk on there. They need to get Sheik on there. They need to get all those guys on there.
There's a fan on here that wants to know: did you regret not doing the scaffold match against the Road Warriors?
No, absolutely not. No, because we knew exactly who was going to be taking the bump every single night. When I looked at Animal said, brother, he said, the funniest thing about this, guys, before when they first said we're going to do the scaffold matches, out of the blue, the Grizzly Smith called up Barb in Charlotte on a Thursday night to talk to him about coming to WWF. So they said, we have some tickets waiting for you and Warlord at the airport in Charlotte tomorrow morning. We want guys to come and fly to Atlanta. We want to meet you. So Barb and me went ahead. We flew that next morning. NW knew nothing about this. We flew into Atlanta, limo waiting for us. Went ahead, took the limo over to the hotel, and got to the hotel. They gave us a key. We went to the room, opened the room, and there's Pat Patterson, Hulk Hogan, and Vince McMahon in the room. It's like, wow. I've seen these guys on TV, but they're even in person is just in awe. And they go down the whole spiel about wanting us to come there and that stuff. Now, Barb wasn't a big talker back then. So they said after they're done with their saying, they go, what do you think? And Barb goes, when do you want us to start? I'm like, wow, Barb, really? I was like, we got all this stuff coming up at NWA. And they go, we want you to start Monday. And this is a Friday. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. That's like a couple days from now. And they go, no, we want you guys to start Monday. All right. So we get back. We had to do a big show the next day in Baltimore. We had the 6-man tag team belts with Ivan Koloff at the time, and we were going against it was Paul Ellering, Dusty, and Hawk because Animal had been hurt. Stupid me, I hurt Joe in something that was just a mistake that never happened, and I wish it never happened. I broke his orbital bone in his eye by a move that I did that I'd done many, many times. And I don't know if it was just the size of us coming down. I don't know, and that stuff. But he had been hurt from that. And so we go ahead. We're about ready to start the match in Baltimore. Now, they hate us bad at this time. All of a sudden, when Hawk and Barb are ready to start the match, the Road Warriors music come back on. All of a sudden, here's Joe. And he comes out there with a goddamn hockey mask with his famous spider on it. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know he was even here. I mean, I didn't even know he was there that night. He climbs in the ring. He goes to tag Hawk. Hawk goes out. Now him and Barb are going to start the match. Right about to lock up, Joe pulls back, looks at the crowd, rips his hockey mask on. Now he's got his face paint with a spider underneath that. He took that hockey mask, he tossed it. you want to see a war amongst the people out there? Everybody's fighting for that mask, man. It took a while for us to start the match because people were just going nuts. All the police had to go away because they wanted that mask so bad, you know. We finally get the mask. We finally get the match going. We get disqualified, but we keep the belts. We get out of the ring. We go to the back. As soon as we get to the back, Barb Center looks at Dusty. Goes, Dusty, we go to WWF on Monday. It's like Dusty's jaw just hit the ground, you know. And Animal goes, he goes, that great for you guys. I'm so glad because we ain't falling off those scaffolds. You guys would be falling off those scaffold matches. So you guys would be the ones getting hurt. We weren't going to get hurt, you know. So thank God that happened. Just everything kind of timed just the right time.
Pulsar Lights wants to know who skipped legs more, Rick Rude or Road Warrior Hawk?
Hawk. Rick, I don't think trained too much here, but Hawk, this is funny. I remember Animal and me were working out one time, and we were doing heavier legs, and Hawk comes, move over, you guys. I can do that same thing. They came down and just boom, he was stuck. They like crushed him. We've got it back up. He comes out. He goes, my back's out. I think I got to go home for a couple days. That's why I wear long tights. Now you know. It's so funny. It was. I mean, he was just hunched over everything else. It was hilarious, man. It was funny things he would come up with.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please help me out and like this video, then click the subscribe and get notifications buttons so you don't miss any of my latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Follow us on Facebook at the Hannibal TV for more live streams and videos. And while you're at it, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Hannibal TV.